Hello everybody, how's it going? Welcome to a brand new Game Maker tutorial. We're finally back and in action with the tower defense tutorial. It's been ages since I've done one of these and I'm very sorry for that. I've just got caught up in some other videos and with my schoolwork, but do not fret, we are back to doing some TD. What are we doing today? Well, we're going to make a little GUI system to select what type of tower we want to place, and then based on how long that takes us, I don't know, we'll figure it out. Let's just jump right in here. I'm just going to move my mic over a bit. Okay. So first things first, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new sprite. And I'm going to call this SBR underscore tower GUI. Now you might want to approach this differently than I do, which is fine. But I just want to show you some of the code that, I've seen this used in some other tower defense games. I used it in my last series. I just thought it worked well. But give me some feedback if you guys want a different system set up for it. But anyways, I'm going to create a new sprite here. I'm going to make it not 150, like 120. There you go. I'm going to set up my different towers. Trying to get a color similar to that one. That's pretty close. So we have the default tower who goes like this. You have, what else do we have? The lightning tower, which goes like this. Whoops. Which goes like this. Oh man, that is so uneven. Okay. We have, let's go back and do this again. One tower. That is perfect. That is one square. Now we can do lightning. There you go. Lightning. And then shockwave tower. I'm really just making these up. I haven't actually created any of these. But maybe we will. Shockwave tower sounds pretty cool. Okay, screw it. We got our 3 towers. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna take this gray color and I'm gonna make an outline on this one here to show that. Actually, first, just come out of here and copy that. You can go to edit, copy, do Control C, and paste it 3 times. Because what we're gonna do is here, we're going to have this one, so this one is selected. Then we're going to have it so this one is selected. Then we're going to have it so this one is selected. Should we do double lines for that? Yeah, let's do double lines. Okay, who cares, art, do it however you like. But basically the player is going to be able to hit Q and E and switch between what tower they have selected. And then whatever they click, we're going to place an instance of that tower. So I'm going to hit check, I'm going to hit check, I'm going to hit check. And let's turn this into an object. I'm going to call this obj underscore tower GUI. I'm going to go to the sprite, select that sprite. Let's add a create event. Go to control, drag in some code, and I'm going to say image underscore speed equals 0, image underscore index equals 0. So all this is doing here is making sure that it's not animated, and all this is doing is making sure we're on the very first image. So I'm going to hit check, and let's also create a variable. I'm going to call this global var selected tower equals 1. So basically, if tower is equal to 1, we're going to place the blue one. If it's equal to 2, we're going to place the yellow one. And if it's equal to 3, we're going to place the shockwave blue one. Perfect. But, they're not really switching yet. So let's add an event. We're going to add a step event. Go to control, drag in some code. And we're going to say just moving my mic a little bit more. We're going to say if keyboard underscore check ord Q. Whoops, I forgot something. So what is this saying? Well, if we've pressed the Q button, then image underscore index. Actually, if we press Q, that means we're going left. So what we have to say is if image underscore index is equal to 0, then image underscore index is equal to 3, else image underscore index minus equals 1. Okay, so what's going on here? Well, if we're on the very far left, we don't want to subtract 1 anymore because we can't. There's nothing further left. So we have to reset it back up to the blue one, and then down and down. So all this is doing here is making sure that we don't get an error by going off. Like, we don't have image underscore index -1. Doesn't exist. So if we are at 0, let's go all the way back up to 3. And that way we have a full cycle going on. So that's that. And we're also going to say selected tower equals, yeah, you know what? Let's go back and change this. If we make that 0, we'll just make the selected tower whatever the image index is. So selected tower is equal to image underscore index. So that could be 0, 1, or 2. So that actually has to be 2 because your image underscore index starts at 0. Goes 0, 1, 2. So we can copy this. Let's come down here and we can change this Q to an E. So if we press E, that means we're moving right. And then if we're equal to 2, set it back down to 0. And we can make that plus equals 1. So press E if we're 2, if we're on the very far right. Set us all the way back down to blue. Perfect. This is looking good. Let's make that a little bigger. Look at how this is looking. Not too complex. Simple. Let's try it out. Let's go here. Let's go to our room. Let's place it into our level. Let's place it right there. And let's run it. And let's just see how this looks. How you guys doing today? You guys, Christmas is right around the corner, which is going to be awkward if you're not watching this when I upload it, because it could be the middle of July for you. So Christmas is not around the corner for you. So if I hit E, oh, what's going on here? Ah, I see. I've made a slight error. In the step event, change all these to underscore pressed. Change this to underscore pressed. And that way, it might look a little less awkward. And there you go. So you can see we're cycling through. We should probably make that a bit darker. It's a bit tough to see that. But no matter what, we're still, you know. Oh, yes, I forgot. That was an error. Someone pointed that out. We can place towers no matter how much money we have. So let's go take a look at that. I'm going to go back to that in a sec here. Let's go take a look at that really quick and see what the deal is. That looks fine. Oh, that's my telephone. Man, that is quite annoying when it happens. Okay, so left pressed and money is greater than or equal to tower cost. So what you need to do here is in this if statement here, we need to also add this and money is greater than or equal to tower cost. And all that's going to do is that's going to make sure that we have enough money to place the tower. By the way, for everyone else who pointed out bugs and came with fixes, huge thanks. I really appreciate it. I'm going to make a video, probably the next one or the one after that, going through all those comments and implementing your guys' ideas there. and also fixing the stuff you pointed out, because we don't want a buggy game, right? So I am sorry that there are bugs, but don't worry, we're going to get together and we're going to fix them. Perfect. What's next? Yes. So what we're going to do really quick here is I'm going to duplicate SBR Tower. I'm going to call this SBR Tower 2, and I'm going to make it yellow. Perfect. I'm going to duplicate it again. I'm going to say SBR underscore Tower 3, and I'm going to make it blue. That's not blue, blue. So we have 3 types of towers. So I'm just going to duplicate obj tower, obj underscore Tower 2, and I'm going to set that to that. I'm going to duplicate that, and I'm going to set this to obj Tower 3, set the sprite to Tower 3. We aren't actually going to go in and make these towers, make the towers today. That will be a later one. There's one tower I really want to do that I'm still trying to figure out how to approach it. But, so hopefully I end up doing that tutorial at some point. But for the time being, I'm just going to have these as stand-ins to test out what we're making. So obj tower. So actually in the control here, we have press space. So what we have here is instance underscore create obj tower. What we need to do is we need to add an if statement. We have to say if selected tower is equal to 0, then yes, place that one. If selected tower is equal to 1, then of course we want to be doing Tower 2. And then we can copy this whole thing, come down here and say, well, if it's equal to 2, then let's place Tower 3. Perfect. So now we can test this out. Let's hit play. Let's see how this runs. Oh man, I am ready to see this not work. So space, that goes there. Oh, can't place it, don't have enough money. Come on. Okay, so now I can go here, space, there's a yellow one, and we don't have any more waves set up, so I can't earn any more money. But that works, which is good. I like that a lot. Perfect, we got to start going here. I'm going to go through, do all those bug fixes with you guys in a coming up one. We're going to make it so you can sell towers as well in a coming up one. And also, let's make it so this guy does something cool and that the blue one does something cool. Maybe the blue one slows them down and the yellow one blows them up or something. I don't know. Maybe this one is like a shotgun. It can shoot 3 things at once. Anyways, I will see you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. It's been a pleasure talking to you guys. If you have any suggestions, any comments, anything about this series you want to tell me, let me know, unless it's unproductive, unuseful hate. So anyways, thank you so much for watching. I will talk to all of you later. Happy deving.